Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're alright. It's another little quick video following on from the reefers, which I've just done. As I'm in the video and talking shit mood, I thought I'd just do one on fly wiring a battery, just to show you how easy it is. It's so straightforward. If you've got a soldering iron, great. If you haven't got one, buy one. Ideally, just watch my reefer video, not one on smoking, obviously, it's the reefers. That explains how to replace capacitors with an MPS board, a JPM MPS PSU board, sorry, power supply board. So within that, I'll show you a option of a soldering iron. But yeah, definitely get a soldering iron if you haven't got one. If you've got an old machine that you intend to keep, buy a soldering iron, because you're going to need it without a doubt. You're just going to need it. It's unfortunately the way it is with old machines. There are going to be repairs that you're going to need to do yourself. Everyone that owns a machine would have obviously a motherboard or MPU3. This is for Barcrest, or an MPS board. That is for JPM and other brands, you know. There's various different boards, you know. MPU 4, 5 and so on. So yeah, they all have batteries soldered to them. Now, do I have one to show you? Probably not. I do, it's on the end here, but they are, just take that off. They're evil bastards, that's what they are, in a nutshell. They're bloody evil. If you've got an old board on a machine and it's not been looked at for years, highly recommend you take it out. I really do, because you're going to have one of these bleeding things soldered to it. It's usually either green, but majority of the time, if it's an original one, it's going to be blue, soldered on it, and I guarantee you the arse would have exploded out onto that board, and it will be eating away at components, and it's a disaster. So you want to prevent that. Now, when you fly wire a battery, let's say, you know, the acid vapors can travel up the wire to the, yes, it can do, of course, but then if you're turning the machine on and off and using it regularly, it doesn't really matter. If you're going to leave it standing still in a shed or whatever, which I wouldn't recommend, then of course this is going to be the least of your worries if you're leaving it in a shed or garage. But anyway, but then yeah, that will just leave its lovely mark on the power supply on the PSU board, sorry. So yeah, if it was an MPS board, it's 4 clips. It's, in fact, can I get to it? I'm going to try not to knock the camera, but I probably will knock the camera. No, I can't get to it. Oh, hold on, have I got one here? Do I have an MPS board? Yes, I do. Right, there we go. That's an MPS board. And usually the battery is soldered to that there and the 2 sockets there. Do I have one with it soldered on? No, I think I've taken them off. God, I have a few MPS boards that are shagged. Yep. Bob! Need your help, Bob, fixing those. But yeah, let's pull this one out. This is the one that had the fly wire soldered to it, and that's an MPS board with a wire soldered. Now, it's not going to come out, and you're going to have amazing eyes if you can see this. If I can hold it very close. Yeah, so that's the one join there. If I can maybe point it with some pliers, how exciting. That's the one joint there. Yeah, that's the other one there. That's the other, sorry, not joint, but that's the other section that you solder onto. As you can see, that one continues on a track. This one doesn't. So it doesn't matter that you got 3, you only need to solder to the 2 prongs or connections on the battery here. Alright, so there's 3 feet. There's the 2 on the positive, even there we are, down there. 2 on the positive, 1 on the negative. You only need to solder 1 because that's where the track continues. and you don't need to bother on that one. That's on the MPS board, all right? But that's what you do with that one. Just it's again, no electrician in any way, shape or form at all, but common sense tells you, you look at what you're soldering to, and if it's just a blank part of the board and the other part of the board has a track going to it, then that's the one that you, for sure, out of the three, you'd need to solder to. If I just take the MPU 3 board apart, not do with it. So, different technology. Wow, I love Barcrest, I really do, but it's so different in designs and technology. To get to the board, it's literally 4 pieces of plastic that just slide off. Yes, I've got to take screws and nuts off. Well, only 2, but it's a pain in the arse. Right. There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh, hello, Bob. Bob's been busy. Wow, he's worked on that. Look at that. That's new. Thank you, Bob. I've yet to try this one actually out, but obviously there's a little added bit there that Bob's done. Amazing. But on the MPS, oh god, I forgot about that. On the MPU 3 board, sorry, not MPS, well, not JPM, MPU 3. Right. Okay. I feed that through so I don't pull on anything. Okay. Right, inside an MPU 3 board. Once you've destroyed your fingers, which I guarantee will happen, taking these evil bastards out, the cables from the machine, because they are a right pain, I would personally, thank you very much to Suzzler Ned Nick. He recommended me to get some of this, and it is fabulous. It's like a contact cleaner spray, and you just squirt a couple of squirts on the ends of the cable, and then just dry it off, leave it, and then obviously when you plug it back in again, it will just slide in much easier and should come out easier. But then you could use it a few times and just make sure you just dry off the excess spray that you're not using. Obviously, the excess stuff that's there. Anyway, I'm rubbing on shit. But the battery, as you can see from that diagram, is there. All right. The 3, you can see the 3 for the positive, 1, 2, and the negative. So that would have sat like that on the board, and over time, I'm sure you've seen pictures of a mess inside and things going green, and that is from these bleeding things. So it is the same much as the MPS. You just solder a fly wire with the battery on the end to the board. So I'll just show you underneath. So there we go. The 3 on this board there. If that's coming out, I can't really see the video, I'm sorry. There, and the 2 there, yeah. Well, as you can see, I think you can solder to any one because it's a continuation, but just solder to the nearest point, which is that one. So positive, negative, that's it. So that's the continuation of the track, and that's just the one that you're soldering into there. It is easy as that. So you make sure positive, negative. So there's your positive, which is the 2, your negative, which is the single, positive on your battery. So make sure you use the right one. So the red positive is going to the red on the battery. Negative, black, is going to the negative, soldered onto the board there. And it's exactly the same exactly the same, again, as I'll show you with any other board and with the MPS board too. It's exactly the same. There we go. Just try and get it in better light. Yeah. The batteries were slightly bigger on this, and now slightly different voltage, but it's nothing really in it. It's nothing. It still remembers with the slightly lower voltage battery. It still remembers the whole point of this. I think it's a 3.6 and this is a 2.4, but it still remembers details such as bank details and wins and so forth. So when you unplug it, plug it back in, you're not money pots that build up over time. That's what these batteries are for. It just remembers what or how it was the last time it was played. And the same with the MPU 3s too. It just remembers what's going on. Again, you can not bother soldering a battery to it, but it will affect the gameplay. People saying it won't and it's for home use and so on. It will affect the gameplay. It just will. Especially club machines. If you're building up a huge pot of, you know, £30 or whatever that you can try and win, you turn it off, turn it back on again, it resets to 0. What's the point of that? What's the point of that? It just ruins it. So for the sake of not even 9, I think they're even cheaper now. I think they've come down to sort of £6 for a battery, and soldering it onto a board, which takes again half an hour of your time, will change the gameplay. So but there we go. That's, like I say, that's on the MPS, and there are the 3. 1, 2, 3. Just look at the triangle. Yeah, and just follow the board, and as you can see, that one there doesn't connect to anything, whereas that one does. So that's the continuation of a track. So you just solder, look and just solder to the continuation. Done, 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 and done. So that's on the MPS JPM, and again, that's similar to any other JPM board or any other machine board. They still soldered these bleeding batteries to the board. I think even into the 90s as well. Just bloody ridiculous. Why? Why would you do it? Doesn't make any sense, does it? So that's it. Once you've done that, now it's up to you what you do. What I do, I'll just show you what I do. There we go. 4 for £1, pound shop. Ignore that crap on the back. But 4 for £1. Chisel away a little groove there. Drop your battery in there. So if the arse explodes of that battery, it's going to explode within that, and not inside your machine or anything. It's going to explode inside that, if it will do, ever. But at least, again, this is protection. More protection. If you love a machine, for a couple of £1, you're going to do it. You just will, right? Anybody will. That's the whole point. Oh, what's happened to that? Bastards. So I bought some new drawers, and look at that. Bastards. Trust me to pick up the faulty one. Oh. No quality control check there. Won't mention the name of the place where I got it from, but let's just say it begins with W and ends with Ilco. And yeah, so I got those drawers from. They're really handy to store things in, all your machine parts and other bits of shit. They're really good. Anyway, I'm going to put these back together again. You don't really need to see me putting this back together again, because it's really boring. But that is what you do of how you fly wire a battery to an MPU 3, 4, whatever board that you have, and also a JPM MPS board or whatever other machine board you have. Just desolder that battery off the board. That's it. If you don't put another one on, fine. But again, like I say, again, it would affect the gameplay. It does. But yeah, if you don't put one on, no problem. But just take it off the board. That's it. That's the most. That's the key of just the only one and only thing you need to do to love your machine. In there is to yeah, basically take the battery off the board. That's it. Alright guys, well thank you for watching. Hopefully that was of some use to somebody. Again, I know a lot of people that have machines This is just teaching people how to suck eggs. They know what to do, or know what to do, so they wouldn't be watching this video anyway. But this is just for people that are a little bit unsure with any of this stuff. Again, like anyone, it's all a learning curve. It's stuff that you pick up over time. And thanks to everyone's help on the MPU Mecca, they're amazing on there. All the guys on there, fabulous. They obviously explain what to do with this, and they obviously explained what to do with the reefers too. So yeah, if you're not a part of that, and you've got an old machine or old machines, and you're not a part of the Mecca, then definitely sign up to that and be a part of that, because it's where people are there to help out, really. As you can see, look at that. That's where the battery did explode. I've got on here, but I've got another machine where it's all on there. Bad. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, take care.